So instead of saving to a CSV file, I can also save it to the database. So I opened a new markdown cell and I will say save to SQLite database. And here we're going to import SQLite tree. So we're going to say import SQLite tree. And if you haven't installed it, we'll have to do here pip install SQLite tree. So I imported SQLite tree, and now we need to make a connection with the database. So I'll say connection equals to SQLite tree dot connect, and I'm going to create the database here. So I'll say S&P 500 DB dot DB, and I'll run this, and it's going to create a new database here. The database is empty because I haven't written anything to the database, and now I can do df2, and before we did to CSV, and now we can do to SQL, and now it's going to write to the database. And in the first, we'll have to specify the table name, and we're going to say stocks. And the second, we need to specify our connection, so the database, and that it's going to save into this database here. And in the third column, we will write if exists, and then we will write replace. Because this is information that we don't have to. Here we can choose append, we can choose fail, or we can choose replace. And fail, it means that if this value already exists in the database, it's not going to override it. Append means that it's going to append it, so it's going to write beneath it. And replace means that it's going to replace. But here this data is not going to change. The dates that the company is founded is not going to change. The IPO date is not going to change. The ticker symbol in normal circumstances is not going to change. So here I'm just using replace. And now I'm going to click enter, and it's going to create those rows in my database. So 503 rows are added to my database. And now if we're going to check, and if we want to open this database, and here it's not going to work, we need to have a program, and it's this one here. It's DB browser for SQLite. So if we will visit Google and we type DB browser for SQLite, we can download it for free. Here I will open the database. And then when we open the database, we can look in here. We have all our rows that we added to our database. So with this program, we can open the database.